Hello everyone. Welcome to my YouTube channel, Play with Python. This channel is completely for learning and developing Python codes. This course will be helpful for the beginners to quickly start a Python code and understand and learning coding. So, if you are a not programmer or from a non-computer science background and wish to learn any simple programming language, then Python is the best choice for you. It is simple and easy to learn. Or if you are a beginner who wish to explore your career as a Python developer, or you want to become a data scientist, then this is the right place. So let's get started. Today, we are going to start with the introduction of Python. We'll be learning a little bit of history and features and what are the applications of Python. And we will be learning how to download and install Python based on your platform, and we'll quickly start with a simple Python program to check your understanding in Python codes and also in how good you are in Python. Okay, so let's get started. So there are like now a lot of programming languages available nowadays. So why Python is getting trended day by day? Because this is a language which was developed in 1985 to 1990. So, but the reason why everyone is using this Python code is because it's very simple to learn, because there are very simple syntax and it can easily learn it. And also it is a very, uh, free of cost. It is open source. And as well as there are a lot of libraries available. So you don't have to write the codes for everything. You can just make use of the library and its modules and methods. You can simply put it in a code and they can execute it. And in addition to that, nowadays like the data processing in also the data science is getting trend. So Python is the best programming language for data science. All those reasons um, or why people choose Python nowadays. So, as I mentioned, the features of Python, it's simple syntax. You don't have to put semicolon at the end of every line, or you don't have to put curly brace at the beginning of any loop. So it is just like it it is very simple to start writing. So if you are not aware of any programming language, then this is very simple for you. And if you people are aware of some other programming languages like Java, you have worked on Java and C++ plus plus or something, some other programming language which is very structured. And this will be a little bit confusing for you because we are not using semicolons at the end of every lines, or we won't be using curly brace to start the loops and all. Here, we are not bothering that much about the syntax and all. So it's simple programming language without much syntax, and it is easy to learn. It you'll like you don't have to give some long predefined statements and all. You can learn it. You can learn and understand it easily while reading it. So and this is free. You can download it free. You can make use of it. So it work on all platforms, not only in Windows or Linux, or or you make use of it in all the platforms. So it's platform independent, and it follows object-oriented concept like class, methods, everything will be there. Objects, class, inheritance, polymorphism, all those object-oriented concepts are followed here. But it is not necessary that we have to start with object-oriented concept first. We'll start get used to programming language, and later we'll kickstart with an object-oriented programming concepts. Okay, so in then it is a dynamic type language. So you don't have to define the variables. Like we don't have to say what variable type it is. Say, for example, we are going to use a is equal to 10. You don't have to say a should be an integer. You can directly pass a as a 10 to a, and the system will dynamically take that as the integer variable. So you don't have to worry about the data type it is. So this is one big advantage of using Python. Dynamically typed, the variable will be defined or taken. Data type will be of the data type of the variable will be taken automatically. Okay. So, and library, it supports a lot of libraries, not only basic libraries, but in addition to that, if you are going for graphics programming or machine learning or, some data science related concepts, then there are a lot of libraries available. You can just make use of the libraries and methods. It's very simple. So it supports a lot of libraries. So that's the one big advantage of Python. And when it comes to application, we can, as I mentioned, you can use this for GUI programming or network programming and the like data science projects mainly. Like if you are dealing with natural language processing or if you are dealing with machine learning or deep learning concepts or scientific computing or whatever it is. Um, you can just simply make use of the modules or libraries which are available in Python, and we can work on it. So the main reason why we are learning this program is because it's now currently in trend because of the data science and like the robotics and everything. So it's the best programming language. If you are a beginner, you can start learning this. It's very simple to learn. So now the next thing is we have to download and install Python. So like if you are a Linux user or a Mac user, then this Python will be already installed in your system. It's already there in the system. And I'll tell you, if you are a Windows user, you have to download this from the python.org downloads. From here, you have to download your Python ideally, and you have to start working on it. So as I said, it's a platform independent programming language. So you can use in any platforms like Windows, Linux, or whatever program platforms you are using. You can make use of that in your program. So here I am using Python ideally. Okay, so the Python software. You can download anything. Any other. You can make use of any other software also. You can go for Visual Studio Code, or you can go for Anaconda, or you can go with some online tools are there. You can just go and just like JDoodle and all, you can just go there and you can put your code and run there in that platform itself. You don't have to download that in your system, or you can go for Google Colab or whatever is convenient for you. Either you can download the software and you can work, or you can simply put your code in some online platforms and you can work on it there. So yeah, that's up to you. Okay, so in this course, I'll be downloading the Python from python.org and I'll be executing through the Python ideally only. Okay, so let's get started. So you have to take this thing, www.python.org/downloads. You'll be getting your Python original version of Python from there. So here we are, python.org/downloads. Okay, so based on the platforms, you can download it. As I mentioned, Python is already pre-installed in Linux and Mac. So if you are a Linux or a Mac user who's having any trouble in getting started with this, just put it in my comments. I'll give the command for get starting with it. Okay. So if you go in this site, you can first itself you can see download Python 3.11.2. So we'll be using Python 3 version. Python 2 version is also available. So if you scroll down, you can see all the latest versions of Python, which is released recently. You can see the release date 2022. This is released on 2021. So whichever version of Python you want, you can make use of it. So I'm using Python and 3. So just download any versions of Python, which is any versions of Python, um, like in three version of Python. Okay. So these are some of the versions of Pythons which is recently created. You can just scroll down and see, yeah, you can see which you can compare and see which is what you can use it accordingly. Okay. Or you can just simply click here. You can see, select the operating systems over here, Windows, Mac, and so based on the operating system also you can download it. Okay, so see if you see Windows, Linux or Unix, Mac, and other operating system, you can have to go to the um, specific link, and you can download the um, uh, particular software, like the Python 3 versions of software from here. Okay. So since mine is a Windows system, I can directly click on this because this is for Windows. Okay. So you can directly, if you are a Windows user, you can directly click on this link and it will get downloaded. So it's showing some 20 seconds for me to get download. So once it's download, I'll click and install. So it's just a normal installation process. You don't have to worry about that much. It's just like an other software installation. So my software is ready to use. Now I'll click, I'll open it. So it will show the installation step. I'll click now and yes. So it will all start installing all the libraries which are necessary. We are almost done with the installation. Now, you don't have to worry about the setup was successful. You can just click close here and search for your Python. So this is what which is installed. You can search it over here. You can give Python. So Python 3.10 is the version which I installed earlier for my system. So this is the one which I install now. So I'll click over here. So if you are facing any issues in downloading the Python version, or if you are using Linux or Mac OS, and you have any difficulty in starting with Python, just put it in the comment. I can answer your question. So now we started. Here we are. Okay, so now you have to type IDLE. Okay, so ideally Python 3.11. So this is the version of Python which I'm going to use. Ideally is the integrated development and learning environment. This is the a place where we are going to run our Python codes. Okay, so just click on it and this will appear. I don't have, mm, I don't need this Chrome anymore. So this is interactive mode. You don't have to worry about the mode and all, but I'll give a quick overview of the modes and all just a little bit. So this we say it as interactive mode. Where why we are saying it as interactive mode because we'll be getting the immediate output. Okay, for example, I give 3 plus 2, so I'll get the output instantly. You will get immediate output. So for example, if I say print, I'll say hello, then it will print hello. It's it will gives immediate output. That's why we are saying it as an interactive mode. So the command here it's also known as chevron or the three arrow mark shows chevron or command prompt. Okay, so this indicates it's ready to use. So this we say it as interactive mode. If you run the code in scripting mode and after executing it, you will get the output in this screen, in this space, in the interactive mode. The output will be displayed over here. So the reason why we are going for this is the another one mode. New file. We will be using this only because we'll say the scripting mode. Okay. So why we are using this mode is because in interactive mode, uh, the codes will not get saved. So once we executed, it will get deleted. No, it would save the save the content in the memory. So in order to store the content in the memory and make it in the future, you make use of that in the future. We'll be going for scripting mode. So we'll be writing all the codes over here, and after executing it, you will get the result in the scripting mode. Okay, so these are the basic things you have to know when you start working with this Python ideally. So I'll get started. So I'll save my shell. I'll save it as let's say class one dot. py. Okay, so the extension is mandatory. It should be ends with dot py. So if it is a just like other file naming extension, if you are using text, you will have .txt, .toc, or if you are using some image, then it will be JPEG or JPG or PNG or whatever. Like it's just like that. For Python, we have to end with the extension .py. So I'll save my code with the name class one.py. So this class one is the name of my uh, file. So you can give any other file name also. Okay, so that's up to you. Okay, I'll save it. So now my code has got saved. So now let's get started with play with Python. I just want to start with some basic things like getting input and displaying output in today's session. So basically, just remember two simple um, function. So two simple function, that is print and input. So we'll start with print. Print, I want to say print, hello. Just remember, after the print, you have to start with the parenthesis. So the print is a function, so we are starting with the parenthesis. But in Python 2 version, we don't have, it is not necessary to give the parenthesis. But since we are using Python 3 version, we'll be using the parenthesis over here. And inside that parenthesis, I have given a string. So since it is a string, I'll give within a within double quotes. So once I execute, I have to save it and execute it. So for executing, you have two options. Either you can press F5 or you can go to run and then run it. So once I executed it, if it is successful, then um, it will display the output in the scripting mode. So let's go back to your code. Um, this is the first step. Let's modify this one. Play with Python. So I'm modifying my string. So you can put anything you want inside the double quotes. So it's whatever things you mention in the double quotes will directly display on the output screen. So let's see how this one goes. I'm running it. Can you see? You got a new output. It says play with Python. So this is the statement to display output. Okay, display output on the screen. We will be making use of print. So now, which statement we have to use to get an input? So for in Python, in order to get input, we are using a simple function that is input. So input of. So you have to give the input of function. Okay. So if you're here, you need to define a variable. For example, I want to get a, a value for a. So I want to get a value for a. So I have to say a is equal to input of. So what it will do, it will the system will execute the input function and it will get the input from the user and assign it to a. Is that clear? So when I execute the code, what it will happen? It will the system will get asked for input from the user, and once we uh, give the input and hit enter, that value will be assigned to the variable a. So now let me execute it. So before that, I don't want to execute my first line of statement. So which command can we use for commenting it out? Okay, so we can use of slash. Okay, so this means this hash symbol means the line is commented out, so it won't this is when the system see this hash symbol, anything after the hash symbol till the end of the line won't get executed. So this is the way for giving comment. Okay, so if you are not familiar, then you can go over here format, and we have the option for comment outer region, uncomment, and all those. You can make use of that one, and you can start working on it. Slash indicates comments. So anything after this hash till the end of the line, the system won't execute. So now we are going to execute our, run our code and see how good the system is asking for user input. So we have to save the code before executing it. So it is waiting, no? So it is waiting, waiting, waiting. Okay, so if you see the no a line over here, it's waiting for our user input. So let's say I give in 24. See how it goes. Okay, so it takes the user input. Now, how can I display this input? Now, the input, the value 24 is assigned to you. Now, we want to display the output. Which function we can use to display the output? Again, the same, the print function. So, print, yeah. Okay, now I'm going to save my code and run. So again, I'm going to give some values like 123 and see, can you see the output is displayed. So now I can do some modification in my code to make it look better for everyone to understand. Okay, so I say um, the value of A is, so let's save this code and run. So this is the string I'm giving, so that whatever string we are giving in whatever things we are giving in the double quotes, it will directly displayed on the output screen. And after that, I'm asking for A. So the value of A will be displayed. So this is a variable name. A is a variable name. So once we ask for A, the system will go and check for the variable name A and display the value of it. So now let's run this code. Okay, I'm giving 45 and see, it is displaying the value of A is 45. Very simple. So you don't have to give the percentage sign and all the access specifiers and all in Python. It's very simple to use. Just when you start working on Python, just remember two basic function, input and print. To get input, you can make use of input function. To display the output, we have to use print. Simple to function. Okay, so you don't have to worry about all the importing libraries or other modules when you go for print and input. It's already predefined, two predefined function. We can use it directly in our code. Okay, so see, I can also make some small changes in my input function also, if like little decorations for everyone to understand. Okay, so let's say enter the value of A. So I'm saying enter the value of A. So what it will do first, how the system will work? First, it will execute the first in inner bracket thing. Okay, so it will execute enter the value of A, and the pointer will wait for our user input. So once we give the input, once we give the input, that means the working of the input function is done, it will assign the value to the variable A. So let's say run. So it is asking for enter the value of A. Okay, so now we have to pass a value of A. Here, let's say I'm passing a string. Will it work? I'm say I'm passing hi. Will this one work or will it shows error? It's working. So the value of A is high, and the value it's so I take the value high, the string, and assign to the variable A. Now I'm trying to get the value of the variable A. It is displaying high. Can you able to follow? So this is what I mentioned when we start the starting of the course. This is a dynamically typed language. So the system will take any input you give and identify the type. So you're here. If you see the code, I'm not saying this A is an integer. So I'm not saying the A is an integer, or I'm not saying the A is a string. So I'm just passing the value to A. During runtime, assign the data type of the value. Since it's a dynamically timed language, whatever variable value you are passing, the data type will be assigned to that. Okay, let's dig a lot more about the dynamically typing or data type here, of how it is assigning the data type. Let's take another one variable, x equal to 10. So if I give x equal to 10 and I'm asking for type. So here just learn the your third function type of. Type of function will display what data type it is. So I'm asking for type of the particular variable. So type of x. So let's see what output we are getting. So it's saying integer. Can you see type of x? I'm seeing int, class int. Now let's take another one variable. I am taking y. I'm not saying y is an integer or string or float or whatever. Okay, I'm not saying anything. So I'm directly giving y is equal to 12.5. Let's see. Now type of y. What output can I get? We are getting type float. And let's take another one variable z. Let's say hi. Hi. Can you guess what output will I get for of type of is it? We are getting string. So this means the variable is assigning dynamically. So based on the input you give, the data type of the variable is assigned dynamically. So you don't have to worry about defining what data type it is. It will be happen automatically. Cool. So this is one function. Okay. Your third function is type. So and another one fourth function uh, is ID. So ID is used to find which memory location the variable is. So if I say ID of A, um, can you guess what output will I get? I'm getting the memory location. Okay, so this is the memory location which is been assigned for the ID. Okay, let's take ID of X. Let's see how it is. Can you see the ID of ID of is it? Can you able to follow? So it will return the memory location in which memory location the particular variable value of the variable is stored. Okay, so this is your fourth function. So now I'll give you one task. Just execute it and tell me your answer in the comment box. So let's say I'm giving A is equal to 10 and B is also equal to 10. Now tell me whether the both A and B refer same memory location or different memory location. So say since the value of A and value of B both are 10, will that refer to same memory location or will that refer to different memory location? How can we find this answer for that? You can make use of ID, ID of function, and they can find the answer for that. So tell me in comment section what will be the output, whether the A and B both utilize the same memory location or a different memory location. Do let me know in the comment. So that's all for today. In the next session, we will be learning about the operators, data types, and things like that. Okay, that's all. Thank you.